Hey, Brendan here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. All right, we are rounding out our 2025 rookie scouting series here on the YouTube channel. And today we're talking RJ Harvey, okay, a fifth-year senior running back out of UCF. Going to be joined by Jason DiRienzo, my podcast co-host. And we're going to break it all down for you. If we've watched his all-22 film, I have a film breakdown on this channel, really detailing the skill sets that I see watching his game. We're going to go over his 2024 production, his PFF stats, how they stack up against the rest of the running back class, his strengths and weaknesses, his scouting report grade, some comps, where we think he's going to get drafted. So we got a chock full of information in the show. Hit that subscribe button. I'm about 300 subscribers away from 17,000 subscribers, trying to get there by the NFL draft, some personal goal that I have. So if you've been a frequent watcher of the videos on this YouTube channel, thank you so much. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the show. All right, Jason, let's discuss our second 2025 scouting rookie report for the evening. RJ Harvey, okay, UCF senior running back, 5'8", 207 pounds, had a hell of a season. Again, I did a film breakdown on this YouTube channel. Go check that out where I break down his game and we talk about all the things that we see on the field. Of course, Jason, you and I have been watching this guy for a while and watched the all-22 film as well. So like I said, 5'8", 207 explosive running back. All right, we're going to go with 2024 production, 1,500 yards, 6.8 juicy average, right? 22 touchdowns, right? So that's what we love with our running backs, productive running backs here. 22 touchdowns is off the charts. That is fantastic. Receiving yards and touchdowns, they had 20 receptions for 267 yards and 3 TDs. The ranks that you guys see off on the screen, if you're watching on YouTube, these are the ranks based on the top 25 running backs headed to the 2025 NFL draft. His PFF rushing grade is 89.7. He ranks 7th in the class. Yards after contact, 3.88, ranked 10th. Missed tackles 4th. He comes in at 5th in the class at 30% of the time. He is making a tackler miss. Explosive plays for 10 plus yards, 2nd in the class with 23% of the time. The dude is racking off a 10 plus yard play, 54 in total on the season, which is pretty impressive. All right. Elusive rating 122, ranked 6th in the class. So what does that tell you? What do the stats tell you? What do the PFF grades tell you? It tells you this guy is explosive and can pretty much take it to the house, I think, when he plays. So, Jason, why don't you, as usual, give us your overall scouting report on Mr. RJ Harvey?
I mean, this is a highly productive running back, and at times he was the entire UCF offense. I mean, the identity that they had depended upon him being, a productive running back for them and a receiver. So, I mean, off the snap, I kind of like the urgency that he has. It looks like he's a quick decision maker, but at the same time, it looks like he can kind of get overwhelmed when he's in the middle of the trenches. And that's the part where I'm just not sure about RJ Harvey. He bounces it a bit outside too often. He seems really comfortable heading to the perimeter. He's got enough juice and acceleration to get there. I think he's got enough long speed to really break off big plays. I think when it comes down to it, if there is a developing gap and there's a linebacker peeking, he will navigate between the trenches. He'll string together some moves. He's got some, sweet feet and shows some elusiveness. I think he's got that lower center of gravity and that shorter height that really benefits him too. I think linebackers and safeties kind of lose him in the trenches when he is running up the middle. But I like the elusiveness. I like the manipulation actually that he has too, with faking that he's going to head one way, and then next thing you know, he's just changing trajectory and creating a different path that he's trying to create in the second and third level. So RJ Harvard to me is kind of that gadgety type of guy that you could maybe throw into zone coverage a little bit. I don't think he would operate very well in a gap scheme based on what I saw about how I'm a bit concerned about the functional strength going up the middle. He is not going to hold up as a blocker, that is for sure. And I wasn't even looking for it. I saw it on film quite a bit where he just got kind of exploited there. So I think the functional strength is going to be limited, but I like the upside as a pass catcher. I think that is absolutely going to benefit him at the next level. And I think he's a serviceable running back with solid athleticism to translate. I just don't know if what he is at the age that he is, because he's been in college for quite a while now,
Mhm.
that it's a sustainable type of skill set. I think maybe we'll see 1 or 2 good years from him, and maybe he gets replaced. That's kind of my, projection from RJ Harvey.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am with you too. I mean, he's an explosive guy, right? We saw the
Yeah,
statistics, fantastic long speed, and vision is probably, one of the most important things for a running back. And I think
for
you
sure.
hit it right on the head, right out of the gate on the scouting report when you admit that he kind of loses his way in the trenches, because that's exactly the word that I was watching the film, and I did it on the film review on the YouTube channel. Is I said he's very indecisive when things don't work out. And what's his
Yes.
go-to
Yeah,
move? He bounces outside, right? He's
yeah,
immediately
yeah.
trying to get outside instead of trying to navigate in the trenches. But he's bursty, he's versatile, right?
Yeah.
He's got some elusivity to his game, so he's going to be that day three guy, most likely, obviously, that is going to get part on a backfield. But I don't think he's ever really going to get a full-time role or be a consistent dynasty producer just based on the film. So let's get to our scouting report card grades, and we'll get into it a
Mhm.
little bit more. Vision and patience, I gave him a C plus for the things that you kind of spoke about. I mean, it was really evident in the film. He just lost his navigational way when he was approaching the line of scrimmage, and there just wasn't something there. Yeah, I just like, if the gap is there and he bounces outside, and then that's why he had 1,500 yards, because he had these just big explosive long plays bouncing outside. But navigating in the trenches, sometimes I thought he was too patient because he lost his way and he was just kind of hopping around. I think he's got to be more decisive. So I gave him a C plus.
I give him a B minus, so I think we're kind of right there, and it's everything I talked about in the scouting report.
Sweet feet and lateral ability. I gave him a B plus. I mean, the guy has some footwork. He can laterally move and jump cut. Problem is he does it a little too much,
Yeah,
so but the
yeah.
skill set to be able to laterally move with the grade for that particular trait is a B plus. I think he's got some wiggle to his game.
Yeah, I give him a B. I mean, obviously, it's there. I just feel kinda like what you just said. I think sometimes he can get indecisive, dance too much, and it kind of hinders him a little bit, but I give him a solid B.
Yeah, acceleration and long speed. I gave him an A. I think he's got really good acceleration. When he does make up
Mm.
his mind, he shoots the
Oh,
gap, and then again, getting around the outside, he can turn on the jets. So if he's got one feather in his cap that's going to get him day three draft capital, it's going to be his speed.
yeah, I mean, I gave him a B plus. I mean, it's very Bashal Tutinus. I think they have the same kind of combination of that big breakaway speed, so it'll be interesting the type of teams that draft them.
I think that is going to be my next rookie versus rookie show on the channel. Harvey
I
versus
like it.
Tootin.
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're the same player,
Yeah, they're the
right? I
same type,
mean,
yeah.
they are really the same type of player. Okay, strength and contact balance. I gave him a C. This was my other big hang up with this guy. Is he folded like a lawn chair, right? I mean, there was not a lot of forward lean, there was not a lot of power, and you need physicality and power to win in the NFL. And I just thought he went down very easily in the contact balance. I just didn't see it on the film.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I gave him a C as well. I think you explained it
Nice.
perfectly. The contact balance, I want to see a little bit more of.
Receiving ability, I gave him a B. I mean, again, he had 20 receptions, 3 TDs in the air. And again, if he's going to find a role in the NFL, it's not going to be running in between the tackles in a gap scheme like you mentioned. It's going to be getting him out in space and getting the ball in his
Mhm.
hands. So I gave him a solid B. I think that again is another trait that will follow him well to the NFL.
Yeah, I gave him a B plus. I think it's going to follow him well too, and that's the part where NFL teams are going to find a way to use him.
So draft capital, I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier. I think he is a day three guy. I'm thinking round 5, 6. What do
Yeah,
you think?
day three. I think 5. I always feel like 5 is the sweet spot, but yeah, 6 could absolutely be it, considering some of the pass blocking issues I saw.
Yeah, so my comp for him is Jalen Warren. All right, just a smaller scat back. Maybe RJ. I think we would be happy in Dynasty if RJ Harvey ended up being Jalen Warren. All right, he's pretty much the backup for Najee Harris at Pittsburgh. I think that's going to be his role, is a fill in. The RB1 on your team's nicked up, and RJ Harvey then is going to be asked to get in there and help the team for a game here and there. That's kind of where I see his role.
That's funny. Najee Harris is off to the Chargers right now. It's like Jalen Warren's supposed to be the guy, and I actually just traded away Jalen Warren for a second round pick so I can replace him with a running back in this class because I don't know, I don't see the sustainability. And I think the Steelers are going to try to grab somebody else. So I do
Mhm.
like that comp. I think it's very similar. I have Devin Singletary, highly productive in
Nice.
college, good pass catching back, but again, kind of just that journeyman where he gets the starting spot. You're happy you got him, but he kind of falls away every now and then, and I think that's gonna be the way RG Harvey's career could possibly go too.
Yeah, I would agree. So there, really the moral of the story is you look at a guy with a 6.8 average, you're thinking like he's got to be great, he's got to be good in the NFL, and it's like a lot goes into the success of
Yeah.
hitting our dynasty roster. So there you guys go. There is our RJ Harvey scouting report heading towards the NFL draft.